Now that we have everything set up, we're going to show you how to tear it down. So it's very similar to tearing it down as it is to setting it up, but just remember not to force anything. When you're taking it down, don't rip cords out, don't smash things, but just take your time, and if you have questions, ask questions. But the power cords simply just pull out. There's no button to push, unless you're using these blue ones. Then you will push on this yellow tab here, and that will allow you to pull them out. These black power cords, like we have on the sub, don't have that little tab, so you can just pull those straight out. Now, the XLR cords, you can't pull these out. You need to push this little tab right above them. And when you push on that, then you can pull it out easily. And then on the other XLRs, on the bottom, the XLR itself has a little button that you push on, and then you can pull it out. So you can see that little button there that you would push to release it. Okay? So once you have your XLR cords disconnected, you can recoil them, and it's very important to coil them properly. So how you do that is you'll take a length of it, and you'll see that it only wants to really go one way. If I try to force it this way, it doesn't want to go. So you kind of just start it out by seeing where it wants to go to make that circle. And then, like, if I am turning it this way, it's again not wanting to go that way. So if you turn your coil over, you'll see it'll easily lay into that circular form. And you just keep doing that, and you normally will it'll just be a back and forth reverse with like the positioning of your hand to coil it. So I'll show you again on one more. So we have this one, which is a little longer. So you'll do that first coil, and then if you watch this hand, that one went in, and then I will turn it. And you'll see that it easily just lays flat when you're coiling it properly. So what I used to do coiling these is I would spin this cord in my hand, which is not what you want to do. You just want to rotate the hand that's holding the cord to get it to lay flat. And then you have a nicely coiled XLR. Cool. And then you can take those XLRs and place them in the bottom drawer of the soundboard. And then that drawer will close with all of them fitting in there. Now, we will take the speakers and put them back in their boxes. As I said in the setup video, this subwoofer is very heavy, so get help if you need help. Don't hurt yourself, but you can just pick it up and set it gently into the base. Then take the top and just slide it right over, and then take the latch and close it, and then twist to lock it down. So you'll see the little hole right there. You just make sure that goes in there, and then you just twist and it'll lock into place. And now the subwoofer is put away. And we'll put the main speakers away. So again, get help with this if you need. You don't want to drop this. So lift it off of the pole. And the orientation of these in this box doesn't matter. You can put them in facing out, facing this way. It really doesn't matter. They'll fit any way. And then just take the top, and if you look in the bottom of this, it has a center divider down in here. So you need to make sure when you're putting this on and taking it off that you remember that that's there, because that goes right in between the speakers. And then again, you just close the latch and twist it. And then the main speakers are put away. Now with the main speaker stands, you just pull this pin out that holds the center up. And then if you grab this plastic piece, you can just pull up on it and it'll collapse. And you can place it in its bag. All right. So now putting the power cords away, just coil them up nicely. These are not as crucial as the XLR and 1/4-inch cables. You can just get them kind of coiled so they're just not tied in a knot, and then place them in the tote that has all of the extension cords and power cables. All right. So now to put the snake away, it's similar to the XLR cables in that it has a little tab on the snake side that you will push in to release the cord. And you would also take off the power supply. And then you will go to the back of the soundboard and do the same thing there. This tab to release it is on the bottom. So you push on that, and then you can pull the snake out. Once it's released on both ends, you can coil this on here. So you'll just turn this and coil up the snake. Make sure that you don't have a massive tangle like this. Be gentle with the snake so that we don't damage it. And normally this tangle won't happen because it'll be stretched out from the stage to the soundboard, and it'll take up all this length, so it won't just be piled up like this. But All right. Once you have the snake nicely wound on the spool, you can take the other spool that has the VGA cord, and you take the side that has the knobs on them, this little gray knob and this little black knob, and you can place them together on the same side so that these will lay slightly more flat so that they will fit under there. Then you'll take the snake box and place it right next to those guys right there. Make sure that you have this power cord for the soundboard tucked away, and then you can place the case back around the soundboard. So remember, this back piece has the monitor for the clock on it, and that always goes on the bottom. So you place it on there. And then these are the same types of latches that we have on the speakers. You just place them over and turn them, and they will tighten down and latch. Okay. Once you have the back on, you can take this top piece, slide it on, and then same thing, just a latch on that top. And then take the front cover, slide it on, latch the top, and then latch the two on either side. And that is how you tear down the sound equipment. Cool. I think that's about it.
Do you need to do like how to set up instruments or no?
Maybe either Craig or Jessamine can do that, because I honestly don't know that much about them.
Okay.
Like I could say like, this is how you do this, but
I didn't know if we need to do like XLR to direct box or.
Yeah, that's something that probably needs to be explained, but I think a musician would be able to explain that better than me. Like, yeah, you take it and you put it in this box. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll probably do more videos just on like some things with the soundboard, but I'm trying to figure out how we're going to record stuff next year, because the way we've been recording it doesn't work well. It like skips on the audio. So I need to figure that out, and then once I figure that out, I'll do some how-to videos on how to run the soundboard, but that'll just be a camera in a locked position just looking down at it.
Yeah. Do you want to do how to open and close that stupid card?
Yeah, sure.
People never know how to put it back together.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
great, it's just confusing.
Do you need me to clap or?
Nope, I'm on the same shot.
Cool. So now I'm going to show you how to extend and put together this cart and how to put it away. This is something that has been hard for many people. And so the hardest part about this is you do need a little bit of strength to do this, because it gets stuck. But if you have the big wheels on the bottom, you can place your foot on this, and you can grab this top piece and you just pull. That didn't work. Okay, let's start that over. Okay, so we're going to show you how to extend this cart to haul stuff into large group. So the first thing you want to do is you can take these, the sides, and you'll pull on this little wire here, and that will allow you to pull it up and over and then release that wire, and it will lock it into place. You can do the same thing on the other side. Grab that wire and pull on it, and then you can fold that up. Now, this is the hardest part of the whole thing, and it requires a little bit of strength to be able to do this. But if you put your foot on this axle between the bottom wheels, and then you grab between these wheels, you can just pull, and it will extend out, and then it will latch into place. That is how you extend the cart. Now to put it away, you do basically the same thing. You will push this little button here to release, and it will start to go down, and you can just shove it down. Now, these top pieces have to go down in a certain order, and if you look at the cart, you'll see this has an extra little piece here. So this one is going to lay down higher than this one. So you want to lay this one down first. So you'll pull on that wire and lay it down. And then you will go to the other side, pull on the wire and lay it down. And then it's nice and flat. And that is how you tear down the cart. Cool. Oh, we need to do the partitions. Probably wouldn't be a great shot. Okay. All right. You ready? All right, so now I'm going to show you how to set up partitions, which we use in Johnson Hall to separate the room. So we have them all in this black tote. So if you release the clip, what you'll find in here are these curtains, and you will find these bags. And the partitions are in these bags. So you can undo the Velcro, and it will fold open. And in here, you will find 2 stands like this and 4 straight pieces of pipe. So if you pull out on these 4 legs slightly, then you push down on the plastic piece and it will extend. And similar to the other stands that we've set up, you want this to have a wide base. If you can have these braces parallel with the upright bar, that's going to be the widest the base will be, and so that's the most sturdy. So you can set that up, grab the other, and do the same thing. And then you can tighten this knob on the side to hold it in that position. Now, for these 4 poles, they're not the same. You will find 2 of them that have a big hole on one end, and those are going to be the ends that will attach to this piece here. And it's important when you're tearing these down to not tear them all down and then put 4 of these in the bag, because they are different. And in this case, we got 2 of the same piece, so we can't put this together. So we'll have to go through this bag and find a different piece that will work better. All right. So, we have our 4 pieces, and you have 3 of them, you'll notice, have like a silver tip on them, and 1 doesn't. And one that doesn't is an end piece, and it has the big hole in one end. And then you have another one with a big hole in one end, but it has the silver piece. So those are the 2 ends. And then the other 2 pieces are the middle sections. So you can push in on little buttons on the sides and slide them in, and they will lock into place. And then you have your pole. Now, to put the curtains on, you put 2 curtains on each pole. So you take the curtains, unfold it, and you'll find the one end that has the hole for the curtains to go through. So you slide them on there. And then once you have the curtains on, you can attach the pole to the base. So if you take this wing nut off the top of the base and this little washer, you can slide the pole on, put the washer on, put the wing nut on, and tighten it down, which you don't have to really tighten it. You just, make it snug. And then we'll go to the other side. And do the same thing. So take the wing nut off. Take the washer off. Put the pole on. Put the washer on. The wing nut. And make it snug. Now you can raise these up. So we raise them up all the way. So if you just pull up on it, and then you can tighten that first section. And this is great to do with 2 people, so you can have one person on each side so you don't have to walk back and forth. Just pull up and then tighten it, and then go down to the next section, raise it up, tighten it down, and then the last section, there we go. Now, at a large group with these curtains, we normally will tie them together so they won't fall over to give them more support. So you will take one of these that you'll find in that black tote, one of these Velcro straps, and you'll have these 2 next to each other. And you will just take the Velcro strap and basically just wrap it around the 2 poles to tie them together. So then to tear these down, you do the same thing in reverse. So you'll loosen these wing nuts so it will come down. All right, and then just remove the wing nuts on the top piece and the washer. Take that off and put the washer and the wing nut back on so we don't lose it. Come to the other side, take the wing nut off, take the washer off, remove the pole, put the washer and the wing nut back on so we don't lose them. And then you can pull the pole out from the curtains. And then push those two little buttons there on the side to release the sections. And then you can put those 4 poles back in the bag. And I'm going to show you real quick how we would tie these together. So we'll just pretend that we have 2 sections up. So what I normally do is I'll take the second stand and cross it into the other one so that the poles will be close together. And you might have to get it in there, adjust this slightly just so that they will go in there and sit flat. But you want to have them as close as you can, because if you don't do that and you have them like this, then when you tie them together, they are leaning, so you just kind of interlace them together. All right, and then so we'll pretend that we have a section here and a section here, and these are where they come together. So you'll take that little Velcro strap that you'll find in a black tote and reach up and just wrap it around the poles to tie them together like that. That way there's no gaps in the curtain. It makes it look more like one solid unit. And to tear these down, just loosen those until they fall. And then loosen this little wing nut on the base so you can pull up on it. Do not pull down because you can damage them that way, but they fold upward. And like we've said, don't force anything. If it's not going, it's probably not supposed to go that way. So it'll fold down nice and flat. You can slide it into its bag.